Hi, welcome back to part 2 of a beginner's guide to Genshin units. Or I guess Genshin characters. I'm Goose, and we are discussing 4-star characters right now. The 5-star characters are going to get their own video. This one is going to be much shorter than the other one. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy. Okay, so next is Kuki Shinobu. She really got buffed when Dendro became a playable element. So she can heal a bit, she has an okay kit. I think she's a good support. I would put her next to Heizo though, since she does so much. She's like an Electro Bennett, but a bit different. So yeah, I definitely would recommend her for a beginner. Sayu? I remember watching Sayu's introduction video and being like, oh my god, she's going Sonic speed, that's awesome. And a big pet peeve of mine is running around the map of Genshin Impact, which sounds ridiculous since there's so many waypoints, and there's also a way to craft a waypoint now, but she can help you move around the map a bit quicker. I can't exactly say how much quicker. But also, since she has like Swirl, and she can absorb the elements of both other characters and elements in the overworld, so from enemies, I think that she's pretty up there. She can also heal. But yeah, Sayu is really good for a new player. Frankly, I recommend Animo for new players just in general. Especially Sucrose, where there she is. And this, again, is going to be a huge bias. I'm putting her up here because she was my OG. She was my main. She was my best support. I could do so much damage with her, and I could put her with a whole bunch of different elemental characters, and she would use Swirl, and just her damage was amazing, both by itself and with the other characters. Plus, I just like her character design. I kinda wish she had a tail, you know, cat girls. But you win some, you lose some. Noelle? Noelle is great for beginners. Really good. I'd put her next to Chinchou. She's a good healer, she has a shield. For a bit, I used only her for the Geo Vishaps, and the boss that you need for like Yanfei and Ganyu and Zhao, you need a shield to deflect the attack, so I would always use Noelle, even though she was level 60 and the Geo Vishap was like level 80 or 90. She would always be in my team for that battle. So I really recommend her and building her. It's also easier to get her as a beginner since you get a free Noelle. Candace, I don't know all that much about her gameplay. I would put her next to Amber because I think her kit is super cool. She has the shields and the spear. Plus, her character design is really cool looking. And at the time, there weren't all that many Hydro characters, so her coming out was pretty big. Well, there really aren't that many Hydro characters, but back then there were, like, none. Cryo Layla. I thought her kit was so cool when she came out. I would actually put her in front of Diona because her character is more interesting. She just has a lot more personality even though she doesn't look it. So this honestly just is a preference for me. Plus I just remember her from the Pokemon Genshin crossover that wasn't really supposed to be Pokemon but ended up being sort of Pokemon with the fungi and stuff, and I just can't help but love her. If anybody has actually seen her hangout, don't spoil it for me. I may play through it, since it is so annoying to log in every day and keep doing commissions to get story keys, especially now because there's so many hangout events. So yeah, that may be a future video. Ningguang, people were saying that she was basically a 5-star in disguise. I still don't really believe that. I don't use her at all. I tried to, especially when she got her skin, because it's so pretty on her and I wanted to show it off. But while I don't use her, I do recommend her for beginners. I think she'd make a good addition to the team, plus she can help you find ores, which you can use to strengthen, to make billets once you have a whole bunch of recipes for weapons. Razor was really good when he came out. Like, people were super amazed at how great Razor was. And then we got Cyno, which is basically the better Razor. People are gonna hate me for that. I would still maybe put him behind her, because his kit is just, it's not super fun. I guess it's kind of cool, the visual effects, but that's about it. Goro, well, like I said, Goro is still better than Yunjin. In my opinion, I would put him maybe before Kale, because he's a shield user. He's also super cute and his voice is very... He's just a fun character all around. Like Kirara. But I didn't use his kit much. He's good to pair up with other Geo characters. Like Ito. He and Ito are very good together. I guess you could also pair him with Albedo, but some people might actually disagree with that. And that's fine. I, again, don't know all that much about the Goro and Ito's compatibility, aside from story-wise. If you get it, you get it. Xingyan. A lot of people hate on Xingyan. She had a lot of screen time, though. It was really crazy. I'm kind of surprised she doesn't have a hangout event. But, I would put her next to Razor. I still think her shields are pretty good. And her E, which is like explosions from her guitar, if you build her right, that can do a lot of damage. Farzan. I haven't used her all that much. I don't know all that much about her. I did her hangout event. I think she's a super duper cool character. But it really does have to do with if you don't have Scaramouche, if you don't have Venti, maybe put her on your team. It's definitely nice that we have another animal bow user. And people are also making fun of her because they thought that she looked like Miku, and Mika looks like Len. I still think that's funny. Next is Kaya. Kaya is just... he's really good. Like, really good for a beginner. I'd put him next to Chingcho, or Xingqiu. Because if you don't have Chongyun, you definitely will have Kaya, and you can definitely use him with Chingqiu for constant frozen enemies, and then you can shatter them. Which is nice for Hydro mages, and frankly, the mages are the worst. The Abyss mages, hate them so much. The ones with the shields, you're gonna hate them. Just end of story. Unless you really know how to build your team. And always, always, always have a pyro character in your team because you may need one for things like Dragon Spine and puzzles. Frankly, it's good to have Amber in your team if you don't have any other pyro characters. And some overworlds puzzles can only be completed with Amber. Amber or Yoimiya, but not many people have Yoimiya anymore, so... And... Sarah... I don't really like Sarah's kit, personally. If you don't have Fischl, then she's okay. I would probably put her behind Beto. And that's it. We got through all of the 4 stars. So, just to recap. I put Bennett, Xiangling, Fischl, Yao Yao, and Sucrose in S, mostly because of personal because they really helped me out as a new player. Like, if you, again, put Xingqiu, Bennett, Sucrose, and a character like maybe Noelle, or... let's see here... yeah, Bennett, Fischl, Yao Yao, Sucrose, or Bennett, Xingqiu, Fischl, Yao Yao. You can get a lot of elemental reactions out of those. But the main team that I want you to remember, if you are a new player, is Bennett, Kale, Kaya, and Noelle. And the reason why I'm saying these are because you can get Kaya, you can get Noelle, you can get Kale all for free. You can also get Zhongling for free. Once you complete the story, and all of those four together make a good melt, shatter team. And also Bloom. Sorry, not Bloom. You need Hydro for Bloom. But yeah, definitely work with the characters that they do give you for free, and look out for events that give you free characters. But I promise you, the more that you explore around the Genshin Impact world, the more events you do, the more main story and side stories, the more Primo Gems you'll get. And when I tell you there's so many that you can collect as a beginner, if you looked it up, how many pulls you could get with all the Primo Gems in the open worlds alone, you'd probably get a whole bunch of characters just from that. So don't let anything really discourage you from playing the game, because that's the way you get the characters that you want. And I also recommend always pulling, even though, like I said, well, it seems like I was saying that you should save. I'm one of the ones who always pulled on all of the banners, and ironically, I normally got the characters that I wanted. And yes, I was a whale at one point. Or, I guess a dolphin. Sorry, dolphin. But I truly believe that the more that you explore in the open worlds, and the more stuff you do and the more enjoyment you get out of the game, the more the game will reward you. So yeah, thank you again for watching. I will be making a part 3 to tell you which 5 stars you should pull. And please let me know in the comments what you thought and if I should change anything. Bye!